this is, I think it's about 63 or 4. I've had it most of my life, and it's kind of if the house was on fire kind of thing, you know. Obviously before, you know, after, you know, my wife, the kids and the dogs, you know. There's a story with this. There's a horror film actually, which is I was doing a gig in Ireland, a festival, and a big tip to anybody doing a gig, even with the Hercules stands, is kind of I put it down on a stand, and I was kind of waving to the crowd and all like that, and watched, and I put it on the stand slightly, well, incorrectly, and watched as it went like that, and the entire neck, you wouldn't believe this, has been completely rebuilt, and it shattered, and it looked like somebody had literally emptied a matchbox on the floor. And this was repaired by a guitar genius repair guy called Gordon Wells, and he runs Night Guitars, and it's somewhere off the M25 in London. And I got recommended him by Gordon White, my guitar tech, who you gentlemen have met, long-suffering guitar tech. And I discovered that Gordon Wells, he used to make George Harrison's ukuleles and stuff like that. He's a master builder, absolute god of a guitar, a luthier, proper, not somebody that just knocks a couple of bits of wood together. But he completely rebuilt it, and to the point where all the inlays are the same, even the frets, the edge binding, everything. And I can't tell you, I was literally in tears. And he even made a negative kind of stamp for the serial number. And when I got it back, I couldn't tell at all that it had been repaired, and it was completely shattered. And thank you, Gordon, because he plays a lot better than he did before me. But yeah, it's the guitar that is kind of central to what I do, really. It was like a lot of things in my life, is that it came to me in a pub. Not in a dream or in a flash, it was in a pub. And it was I used to work, when I used to play sessions many years ago, I used to drink in a pub in Sheffield called the Rutland Arms. And there was a chap who worked over the road, and he came in and found me, and he said, "Do you want to buy a Gibson 335? And I said, "Yeah, what is it?" And he said, "It's like 63, 64, something like that." And this is years ago, and this is, I'd say, 30 years ago, 20, I think I'd met, I'm trying to do the maths. It's me and my wife next April have been together 30 years, so we were together about a year. And actually it was a test of our very early relationship, because she lent me the money to buy this. And this guy walked in the pub and he says, "Have you got 250 quid? And I said, "No." And I rang my wife, this is long before mobile phones, and said, "Can you lend me, please, darling, 250 quid? And she said, "Yeah." And I bought it, and it's been with me ever since, you know. But like I said, it's been through a lot of changes and a lot of mishaps, but it's just a beautiful guitar. Also, it's worth mentioning the amp as well that I'm playing it through, which is a really early 60s. I think it's probably about 63 or something like that. It's an old Burns London amp, and it's a Burns Orbit 2 amp, and this is actually the world's first ever transistor amp. And I know they're kind of a bit of a dirty word, you know, especially to valve heads and stuff, but it just sounds like nothing else, and it's really ratty and kind of, it's not what you want out of an amp, but sometimes it's just the perfect thing, you know, that you can just get all those nasty. That kind of thing, you know. It's the perfect kind of, I don't know, teenager in the bedroom make a racket amp, and it is actually really loud. I think, you know, I don't suffer with tinnitus, but I think after playing that you do, and I can hear yours. It's that loud. And I think I use an old, I think it's early 70s Solar Sound tone bender, which is and I've recently discovered an effects pedal, which is Friedrich effects. It's got the my settings strip on it, and it's called a seriously unpleasant companion fuzz, and it's a perfect remake of all the old Shinai fuzz pedals, but there's two fuzzers in one, so it's as I said, seriously unpleasant, but it's a fabulous sound, you know.